Hello and welcome to attempt number 2 at a bit of Friday night fun. I really don't know what I'm going to call it going forward, but well, I recorded this gameplay on a Friday night, so we'll call it Friday night fun for the time being. Um, anyway, this is just where I take a random game out of my library and I decide to play it for an hour or thereabout, see what happens. And I'll just provide my impressions of it and what I think of the game. And from there, yeah, beyond that, there's really no structure. So this time I decided to go with a game I picked up on a sale I don't know, a month or so back, called Soundfall. And as I understood it, it was like some kind of a rhythm-based shooter, twin-stick shooter kind of game. Not really my forte, but it was only a few dollars, so I figured I'd go ahead and pick it up. I mean, I thought that the fact that it was based around music was a good draw. So I decided to go ahead and give it a go. Yeah, so here we go, here we go. I'm sure that the video is going to get copyright claimed like crazy because of all the licensed music inside of it. But I guess we'll see what happens with it. So, yeah, there's a little bit of story going on there. Now you got your protagonist sucked into some alternate world where music is the center of everything. Don't really understand this legato character. Yeah, I don't know, just something about that design just really makes me go, ugh. Anyway, I'm just trying the game out here, and you can probably tell just from the gameplay footage here that I've got no rhythm. I mean, I really don't. Yeah, I think I tried. What was it? Crypto the Necrodancer, I think it was the one that another one that was like a rhythm-based, like dungeon crawl kind of game. I might be wrong in the genre of that. I tried like once a long time ago and didn't really click with me. But I think it's kind of a similar concept here. You gotta do all your actions in time with the beat. So, like I said, I am way out of my element on this. So, I'm definitely struggling on this game. Just because I don't know. I mean, back when I played like the likes of Guitar Hero and Rock Band, you know, that was a another rhythm game. Not as consistent in in the delivery as something like this, but I mean the basic premise is, you know, same universe kind of thing, I guess. Anyway, I could never get the exact timing on those games down either. So, still, you know, thought I'd give it a shot. Hope that maybe I'll actually catch on. But as you can see, I am failing to match the beat on a lot of my actions here, which is most unfortunate. Because I guess for me, I don't have, you know, the coordination to watch the metronome at the bottom of the screen and, you know, match that up with what's going on the main part of the screen at the same time. I mean, yeah, I'll I'll get into a rhythm for a little while, but I'll slip out of it and I just cannot get it back. So, yeah, for better or for worse, I just keep plugging away at it, seeing if I can actually catch on. See how forgiving the margin for error becomes, and whether or not I can overcome my own personal handicap. On beat dashes. It's definitely got some cool ideas for those of you who are actually not rhythmically challenged like I am. So I think you'd have a lot of fun with it if you can, if you can mentally maintain the beat. I think you would actually have a blast with it. As for me, I stumbled through a couple stages here. God, I don't think I'm going to have enough material to to ramble on for the full 49 minutes here. But, yeah, it has its charms for sure. I mean, I do like the whole premise of a world built around music. And myself, I'm something of a rock and metal enthusiast. So I've always hoped, when I see anything or anything that, it's really focused on music, I always wind up hoping that it has a lot of rock, a lot of metal to it. Not that, not that really, for lack of a better term, harsh metal, where the vocalist is always just, growling and yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? I like to have music where I can actually discern the lyrics, which seems to be a tough sell when you have aggressive instrumentals. So I feel like I'm kind of niche in that regard. But I'll still hope that things will go well, and I can find some hidden gems in the soundtracks of projects like these. I mean, sometimes I do, usually I don't. But when I do find something that's like a hidden gem, I'm all the more enthusiastic about it. I appreciate it more. It's like there you start seeing me struggling with keeping the rhythm while combat gets going, and I have to compensate so much by just backing off continuously. Thanks to the cooldown mechanic that your gun has. I mean, I understand why they got it there, but it does wind up being pretty punishing if you're rhythmically inept like I am. Not making excuses, just explaining that this is the reason why. But anyway, as far as like the presentation goes, I like it. It's simple, it's colorful, obviously. Maybe a bit too too many of these don't even want to call them cutscenes, because it's just character portraits popping up, but you know, these interruptions. You know, that really does break up the flow of the stages. I mean, yeah, I get it's all tutorial, but you know, could we just just not have needless exposition about the world and how important everything is? Maybe wait until after the stage is done to to do info dumps and whatever important things. Just have it between stages. I mean, unless it's still directly related to the gameplay itself. I mean, like here, I mean, they're talking about her job and getting home. Why is that in the stage itself, and why is that not on that overworld screen? Oh, never mind. I'm not paying attention. Just forget I said anything just there. I'm actually watching this out on a preview window, so everything's kind of small. So, forgive my mistake there. But I just feel like they ramble on, just a little too much, I mean, yeah, a game's gotta have some kind of story, but it doesn't need to just be, endless filler for endless filler's sake. Just point me in the direction of the things I need to shoot so I can shoot them. I mean, that and music is what this kind of game is supposed to be all about, right? God, I am so off beat here, off rhythm. I just cannot get it down. And I think this is the part where they start actually shooting projectiles at me. So yeah, sort of worrying about cover and evasion, and adding another layer of gameplay to contend with. Yeah. Good thing to introduce the players. God, that was cheap. That was just cheap. Just getting hit with the enemies as soon as you land there was kind of dickish. Though I suppose it would be a very, very trivial matter if I could just get a fucking rhythm going. But nah, I'm not that coordinated. Yeah. So for me, it's always been kind of a thing where twin stick games and me never really mesh well together anyway. So this genre is really, really out of my forte, and it's just something that I'm probably never going to be good at, just due to the coordination required. It's like when I have to consciously think about the direction that the character is facing with the right stick and the actual movement with the left stick. Then you're firing or doing actions with the face buttons, the shoulder buttons. I'm not too proud to admit that it's a little more than I can process at one time in a lot of cases. So yeah, kind of a sad excuse, I know, but it's just me being honest. Yeah, it's I'm gonna stutter through a bunch of words here because because I can't talk. And yeah, I guess for transparency's sake, that's a part of why I'm doing these videos too. Is just because I need to work on my speech. And I apologize if I'm cutting out the microphone from time to time. My my sinuses decided that now is a good time to start draining and making me stuffy and sounding like shit. And ooh, I am just getting absolutely destroyed here. I think I was down to like a third of health, and I can't figure out how to get out of the way of that shit. Again, this would be a trivial matter if I just had the rhythm, had the ability to maintain the beat, because that's what the game focuses on. But no, I'm always off by a hair, one way or the other, and I shoot little tiny shots and overheat the gun because that's the way it goes. That's the gameplay mechanic that punishes you for not doing the thing correctly. Which is fine, you can't just button mash the whole way, like, there's so many games out there. Otherwise, where would the challenge be? So, yeah, I think it was around this point that I already decided that this game really wasn't for me. But I wanted to just keep playing because I wanted to get like a few stages under my belt and have adequate gameplay to really determine for sure that I wasn't judging the game prematurely or unfairly. But for me, it's it didn't change. It didn't get better for me. It was an exercise in my inability to do the thing that the game focuses on and centers on. Kind of a disappointment for me because the premise, it's silly, it's stupid, it's simple, but it can be a fun time if you got the skill for it. I, however, do not have the skill for it. So I'm just bumbling along here, hoping I don't embarrass myself. But I think that's a little too late, to hide that. So I'm pretty sure in all this gameplay I probably embarrassed myself quite a bit. But I'm sharing because, well, why not, right? I mean, I've shared more embarrassing shit than this already in my other videos, my vlogs and such. And some of my other gameplay too. I'm sure I've embarrassed myself plenty. Yeah, I look back at the Final Fantasy VII remake footage I did a few years ago. I saved the fight on the top roof of a Sector 7 pillar, and looking back at that one, I've rewatched it a few times just because I was bored, and realizing that I did not know how to play Tifa in my first run, which that footage was taken from. And that was embarrassing for me to go back and watch that because if I had any idea how to play Tifa, I would have used her a hell of a lot more. But I just couldn't. I just wasn't aware of, of the different chi levels with her. So I thought I wound up underutilizing her because I didn't understand her combat style. My second playthrough, which I'm about to finish up, I think I've got like, yeah, I got the one chapter left on my second playthrough, PS5 this time. But I utilized her a whole lot more and really found her combat to be just a lot more satisfying than even Cloud or Bear or Aerith. And it's just amazing what a little time will do and a little understanding of a character's combat mechanics will do for a game. Like, yep. Yeah, she's definitely the one I should have been using all along. Outside of specific circumstances, i.e. ranged attack. Anyway, I am not supposed to be talking about other games right now. I'm supposed to be talking about this game, which I am currently sucking at because I cannot time my shots right to take these assholes down quickly. Jeez. If I had the camera on and pointed in the right direction right now, you would see I have a cat that was just glaring at me. Oh, and now here she comes trying to say hello. She's now staring at me like, what the hell are you doing talking into a microphone? And I'm afraid she's going to wind up climbing onto my lap and my chest and making her presence known because, yeah, she's always a show stealer. Okay, yes, I have a cat on me now. So you may start hearing some purring during this commentary too. So, if you don't like kitty purrs, I apologize for that. But, well, as any cat owner can tell you, the cat runs the house. So, we're kind of at their mercy when it comes to these things. But, gosh, I think, yeah, that's around this point I was kind of having fun with the game yet, at least to a degree. Though I still knew that I wasn't going to get very far in it, just due to my lack of skill as far as keeping the rhythm to keep the gun charged and not going out of two, I guess they call it. So, like I said, I was just trying to power through for a while, just long enough to make sure that I was not mistaken in my initial assessment of the game. Though it was pretty obvious by this point that I do not have the skill required to play it well. Oh yes, big yawn from Kitty. But it's not to say that I regret buying this game. I mean, it was only like $5 or $6, I think. I got on sale around Black Friday or thereabout. So it was a steep discount anyway. So It wasn't like I was out, you know, $23. It was less than 10 anyway. Maybe $5, $6. I don't even remember. So it gave me an experience. You know, I was able to, you know, to check it out, try some mechanics. And I see that there's some, you know, some loot to be had. So you got your RPG mechanics going on here. Switch out some gear, get some better armor and weapons, and become a more lethal force, which is always a good thing when you're playing a combat-based game. I think as time went by, you're supposed to get more other characters to play as, and I'm sure they all have their different weapons and different play styles. But I unfortunately did not get that far. But yeah, I mean, maybe those other characters would open the gameplay options up even more. Probably wouldn't be just more of the same, but it would have been different attack powers, different defenses, different rhythms, I'm sure. Oh, I'm yawning. I'm sorry. I would have cut the microphone for that, but I have a cat laying on my arm, so I can't reach the mute button. Okay, well, let's see where we're at here. Something that I wish that the game would have made it clearer is whether it wants you to finish the stage before the song ends, or reaches the end of the track, or if that's just there to just to tell you how far into the song you are. I don't know if there's a bonus multiplier or extra points awarded, or extra loot or gold or anything, for finishing the song before the song ends, or based on how much time is left, things like that. I'm guessing there probably is some kind of a modifier there, but the game doesn't explain it, so I was left just guessing as to whether it was a thing or not. But it did keep playing the song, even after it reached the end, so it just continued on and on. Oh, I'm sorry about all these cutaways. But I hope kitty purrs will make up for it, if they can be heard. Oh god, I'm getting swarmed. Purple blood everywhere. Yeah, so in case you couldn't tell, I do not write scripts for any of my videos. I just do everything on the fly. as I'm watching or as I'm thinking about it, I just go by whatever comes to mind, just as it happens. So, with that in mind, I do apologize if I wind up, with a lot of silence or a lot of hum like so, shit like that. Like I said, playing in the past, I don't have a lot of experience with, with speaking for any length of time or any particular subject for more than a few minutes. So this whole thing where I'm talking over an entire gameplay video is definitely new territory for me. I just hope that I can improve over time and that you'll tolerate it in the meanwhile, and that my voice isn't too off-putting. Honestly, I think that's the part that I really want to work on the most, is just getting my voice to a point where I'm actually happy with it. And there are times when I think I have got it nailed, and then there are times where I listen to it or I hear myself talking in real time, and I just go, dear God, what the hell am I doing? Why do I suck so badly at talking? Why is my pitch so bad? Why is the tone horrible? Why can't I move to a higher octave? That's kind of a hidden ulterior motive for when I do these videos. I mean, I make that a focus on my vlogs too, where I'm just talking about life in general, and those are really just for my reference for down the road, just so I can see how much progress I made or if I've regressed at all as time goes by. So this game does seem to have at least a decent loot progression system. I didn't really get to see how deep it goes as far as whether new gear is just higher base numbers, or if they have hidden elements like like shorter cooldowns or hidden skills, hidden attributes, things of that nature. Oh, what we got going here? We've got a brand new weapon. I do like those animated cutscenes. Those are well animated. They're colorful. They fit the vibe that they're trying to go for with the world, I think. I don't know if voicing them would have done anything. Probably not. I think it's actually better that they weren't voiced. At least the ones that I've seen so far. Because my money would be on the voice actor. The voice actor is just not hitting the mark properly. Like they just wouldn't have been right for the role, or they would have had bland deliveries, things like that. Aw. Cat says she's had enough, so she's gone back to the end of the chair. Oh man, this gauntlet right here. I felt I don't know, I was trying to get accustomed to the sword, and I just could not get any kind of rhythm down. And basing a performance on the sound of the sword was just, it wasn't cutting it either, because it made a different sound than what you'd expect. So I didn't know if I was hitting the mark or missing through a lot of it, just based on the sound. I think I was more missing now that I'm watching the footage, based on the orange reticle always showing up. But I just I couldn't get it down. So I was under the impression that the game wanted you to focus on the sword here, so that's what I was sticking with this whole time. Though I really want to go back to the gun. And I think after that I did go back to the gun. See, I couldn't hit that, I couldn't hit that. And here in this part of the gauntlet, you'll see my first game over. Because I just could not stay out of line of fire. And I kept getting hit by everything under the sun. And yeah, I just totally sucked at it. This is the point where I was just begging for a reprieve, just a chance to catch my breath and really just play with the sword and just get the chance to understand what was going on with it. I just felt like it was too much of a, like a trial by fire kind of thing with the sword. You get it, and then right away you're just being bombarded with these, with wave after wave of monsters before you can fully attune to it. Which, to be fair, if you can get the rhythm down, if you understand what you're doing, then it wouldn't be an issue. Because you would just mow right through them all. But in my case, well, you're gonna see that my inability to do so cost me a game over. See? Mission failed because I suck at rhythm. But yeah, I was willing to try it again. Had to think about if I really wanted to go back and do it again, or if I wanted to just call it good there. But I gave it a mulligan. Try it again. Watch the cutscene a second time. Because yeah, the animation was pretty cool there. Although watching the way the sword moved, it looked kind of spongy, kind of floppy. Anyway, I am just desperately trying to understand how the timing of the sword works. Because I am just not nailing anything. Oh well. At least with the video games, if you screw up, it's just a game over. Just gotta retry it again. Not like you die in real life or anything. sorry I'm not more entertaining and more, not more engaging with this. Maybe that'll improve with time, I don't know. Yeah, I don't have the outgoing personality that most YouTubers do, so I'm definitely out of my element as far as keeping things hyped up and woo woo rah rah. Alright, this is so fucking awesome. I gotta stay jazzed up for everything. That unfortunately is not me. I tend to just play games and focus in on them. Not really talking a whole lot because, well, I get drawn into focus on the game, and that's about it. I will speak if I start, if I have some kind of an extreme reaction to an in-game event, or if I get really pissed off at something. Then you'll hear a pretty impressive stream of profanity coming from me. But if it's just regular gameplay and I don't really have anything of real worth to add to it, I'll just sit silently, play the game, focus on it. So yeah, I know I touch on this a lot, but I am way out of my wheelhouse on this. So I hope that you're understanding if you've actually watched this far, in which case I thank you. Yeah. It's yeah. I guess you could call it growing pains. As I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do as far as content creation. I mean, I do have those vlogs I do every week or every other week or whatever, periodically anyway. Which they tend to be really hit or miss for me. I mean, sometimes I get like a few thousand hits on one, then I get like 20 on the next. There's no consistency. Not that I can blame anyone. I'm just babbling for the sake of babbling for the most part. Again, because I'm just trying to work on training my voice. Alright, mission complete, and we are at 43.5 minutes into this. Oh good god, the cat scared me! And she's back. Ow! Ow, cat, that was my chin. I just had electrolysis this morning that still hurts. So please watch the headbutts. I know you're trying to say hello, but they do hurt when I just spent 2 hours getting my chin and my face electrocuted and stabbed. Yes, it hurts. And the skin will continue to hurt until at least tomorrow. Oh, but you're happy, so what does it matter, right? So, anyway, regarding Soundfall, if you like the twin stick shooter style games with some RPG elements, and what's actually a fairly engaging soundtrack, I say go for it. But if you're like me and don't have any kind of rhythm, and you struggle with with timing, keeping things on a steady beat, this game is not going to do you any favors, as I have demonstrated thoroughly in this 45 minutes here. So, As far as I'm concerned, it's a game that I don't regret buying per se, but it's not one I'm ever going to play again. This, for me, was definitely a one and done. I will be adding it to my hidden games list, so I'm not tempted to go back to it down the road. Yeah, but if rhythm and overhead twin stick games are are your are your forte, then by all means go for it. Now, on my part, I'm not going to, but that's just me. I'm a mediocre gamer, honestly. But yeah, with that in mind, I'm going to sign off here and let you get back to your day, or night, or whatever, evening, morning, whatever time it is when you watch this. So, you have yourself a great day, and I will hopefully talk to you again later. I do have another game lined up for next time, and hopefully I can give you some better commentary on that one. Anyway, I'll take care now, and I will talk to you again later.